Hi, welcome. My name is Michelle. I'm glad you're here. Taking some time for yourself to practice. As always, I like to remind myself and you that this is practice, yoga practice. So we're just working on things. If things mess up, if you mess up, if I mess up, it's not a mess up, it's just practice. And to start our practice today, I often have a hard time silencing, stilling, centering. So I will usually do an inhale with a word and an exhale with a word, a mantra, if you will. And these are just things that I pull out of whatever I'm feeling that day. And if you would like to join me with that, great. I'll use it to theme our class. If not, just do your own thing. But basically, it's the idea of stilling yourself, regulating your nervous system, and really the benefits that yoga can bring to a regular practice, even something short like these 20, 30-minute flows that I've been posting. So today I'm going to do, I like to do a longer kind of phrase on the exhale to extend our exhale. Let's do peace on the inhale through our nose. And be still on the exhale. Maybe closing your eyes, feeling that breath, peace, be still. Letting those breaths just come in and out. Begin to notice the way that your body feels today. On an inhale piece, let's lift our shoulders all the way up to our ears and roll them back along our back body. Be still. Again, peace. Be still. And if you're anything like me, I tend to return to these little phrases throughout the day, particularly as I start to drive around, or I've got stuff going on, or I'm feeling overwhelmed. Just returning to an inhale, peace, and exhale, be still. Walking your fingertips all the way out forward. Your knees can be a little bit open. They can be as wide as your mat, whatever feels comfortable for your body. I often suggest placing a block underneath your tail. Sometimes that can feel like it gives you a little bit more space in this pose. But let's begin in a child's pose. If your forehead can go all the way down to the ground, great. Otherwise, you've got your block right there that you can use. Some big inhales and exhales here. Peace. Be still. Take 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale. Letting everything melt into the mat. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Bringing your fingers in a little bit, pushing up into all fours, finding the grounding of your shins, the tops of your feet, maybe tippy tapping your feet onto the ground a little bit, finding that planted position, opening your fingers nice and wide. Oftentimes placing your pointer fingers right toward that short edge of your mat and widening your fingers can help you to find that balanced pose. Putting your hips directly over your knees and your hands below your shoulders. Big inhale here, cats and cows, and exhale, feel like it's coming straight from your belly button. Inhale, peace. Exhale, be still. Letting it all out. Coming to a neutral position, lifting one leg up, stretching it long and behind you. Feeling the energy pushing through your heel, the engagement of your quads, continuing to keep the hip directly over the knee, maybe pushing yourself forward a little bit and grounding your hands into the earth. Inhale and exhale, replace it. You taking the other foot behind, reaching it nice and long. Feel that length, the opposites from your head going forward and your heel going backwards. Inhale here. And exhale once again, reaching that other leg, the first leg that you did. Inhale and exhale. Take a bend to your knee, like your foot is able to stamp the ceiling. And let's do a couple lifts here. Let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretching that leg out nice and long and replacing it. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Starting with a nice long leg. Bending that knee so that your foot can stamp the ceiling. We'll do 10 lifts here. Remembering not to dump and drop in your upper body, in your abdominal wall, feeling those ribs knitted together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Extend that leg nice and long. Excellent. Pulling back into a child's pose. Reaching those fingers nice and long. Big inhale and exhale here. We're moving nice and slow today. Mostly just to connect to our breath. Get a little bit of movement in. Let's feel some long side body breaths, tiptoeing your fingers over to the side of your mat. Inhale and exhale here. You can be as high up as you want. Feeling that long line all the way over to the other side. Inhale and exhale. Feel that stretch. Inhale. Don't overstretch. Don't go too far. Just what feels good with a nice side body stretch. Coming back to the center and up again to all fours. Let's do some rolls of the shoulders here, allowing gravity to do its work. Inhale, peace. Exhale, be still. Feel those shoulders rolling out kind of in their sockets. Just rolling them back and forth. Feel like you're loosening up that space between your upper back, in between your shoulder blades, maybe letting the head drop. Just feel what it feels like in your body. Reach your first leg. I'm doing my right leg first, and feel the nice stretch that you can get on the ball mount of that foot. Lifting again like we did at the beginning, stretching energy through the heel and reaching the opposite arm forward, lifting in those abdominals. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Deep breath in, bring the knee and the elbow together to a little crunch. Exhale. Inhale out. And exhale in. Consider your belly button and lifting it to a bit of a C curve. Feeling the engagement of all those muscles. Reach it out. And return the hand and the leg. Reaching the opposite leg back. I'm doing my left leg now. Stretching it. Just rocking back and forth. I didn't mention, but I usually do, that if you need any padding under your knee, grabbing whatever blanket you have or folding your mat a little bit might feel good. Reaching that leg out behind, stretching it nice and long. Peace on the inhale. Be still on the exhale. Opposite arm is leg. 3 breaths in and out. Feeling that nice long line between your fingertips and your leg. And replacing the hand and the knee. Reaching your fingers a hand front forward, tucking your toes, and lifting yourself into our first down dog of the day, walking your dog. Stretching out a little bit. Finding one spot to look, one drishti, one focus with your eyes. When I'm just in down dog, I usually make that in between my feet, somewhere at the back of my mat. We're going to move through plank and down dog on an inhale and exhale. So let all the air out on the exhale to be still. Inhale, peace, rocking forward so that your shoulders are over your hands. Exhale, rocking back. A little bit of abdominal engagement here, moving slowly through these poses. waking up your muscles. Inhale, peace. Exhale. As you rock forward, in preparation to lower down, maybe on your toes or on your knees, try to rock forward enough that your hands are either below your shoulders or right below, like right by your ribs. Because that's the place you want to be when you're lowering down in your chaturanga. Inhale, rocking forward on those toes. I always put my knees down, but you can do it on your toes if you're strong enough. And slowly lower all the way down. Feeling the warming up of those hands. Let's do a real simple cobra here, just a little mini cobra lifting up. Inhale and exhale. Feeling the feet back behind you, reaching. Inhale, peace, and be still. It's kind of a directive, which I like because it's not easy to just be still. I find that the hardest thing, to just sit with myself and be still. So as thoughts begin to flow through your brain, use that be still exhale just to push them out. We're moving dynamically, just warming up the back a little bit. Tuck your toes, be ready to push up into another down dog today. Inhale and exhale. Tiptoeing your fingers and toes to the center of your mat. Widening out your position here. Nice deep bend to your knees, connecting your ribs like we do in our child's pose. Take a few nods, yes and no, with your head. Really letting go of any tension in your neck. Maybe taking a bind here, clasping your fingers together, placing them at the base of your neck and just allowing your head to hang. Putting a little pressure at the base of your skull just to allow gravity to do its work. You really don't have to add pressure here. And your knees can be as generously bent. Exhale, forward fold. Gently rolling yourself all the way up to stand into Tadasana. Reaching your hands up to touch. And palms together. Let's try a little bit of balancing, just starting right now with getting up on your tiptoes. So taking a moment here to balance. Feeling pressure between your hands, taking some nice deep breaths. Peace. Be still. And lower down. Let's try that again with the arms to the side. Raise yourself up. Peace. Be still. This time let's do it with the arms above the head, reaching up. Peace. And be still. Opening your legs nice and wide. Toes can be facing front or a little bit to the edge. Moving yourselves into a goddess pose. Finding the connection of the feet into the earth. Nice deep bend to your legs. Go down 2 more inches. Your hands can be in lots of different places here. I love centering myself here. Your hands can be up, they can be to the side. You know, all the fancy yoga poses that you see, but let's take a moment of deep breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Feel like you can pull that mat apart, knitting your ribs together. Inhale and exhale. Deep breath in. And let's move dynamically through goddess here. So as you move your hands out to the side, inhale up and exhale. Nice deep bend. Inhale up. Exhale, deeply bending, warming up the legs, getting ready for your day. Peace. Slowing down the exhale through the nose and land here again. Maybe try to lift like we just did with those bounces. Lifting up your heels, pretending like the ceiling has dropped and you're just moving. Maybe lifting both heels up, going down a little lower in that goddess. Hopefully your legs are shaking like mine are. And let's fold forward into a wide leg forward fold. Lifting and lengthening your legs forward. Reaching, now this is a great opportunity to grab a block to bring the floor up to you a little bit. So reaching all the way forward with a nice flat back. Feeling that nice long line here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Allowing the knees to bend, to relax. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale one more time. And exhale, wherever you find yourself landing in this, reaching open to the side of your legs here, wherever you can grab your knees, your shins, your elbows, your ankles. Practicing. Deep bend. Opening up into a Malasana squat. Feeling the openness of your legs here. So for Malasana, I like to bring my feet a little bit closer into my center line. And as you begin to rock down, I tend to kind of move side to side because I'm feeling that planting of my feet down here. Do what works for you. Ideally getting your feet all the way down on the earth, but you may have your heels lifted just a little bit. Feeling a nice Malasana squat. Mostly we want to feel a lift in our upper body and a dropping of the tail. Inhaling and exhaling here. You can try a slight bend here, opening and turning the head, and maybe even a bind if you have that in your practice. Peeking up over one shoulder, inhale and exhale. Inhale, peace. Exhale, hands together. Be still. Let's try it on the other side. Inhale up. And exhale if you want to try the bind, or just bring your hands back to prayer. Inhale. And exhale here, dropping that tail even farther forward. Inhale, open your heart, open your hands, stretch your fingers, bring yourselves back to prayer. And lowering all the way down. Finding yourself back on the earth, feeling connected to the ground here. We're going to roll to our backs. And if you'd like to use your block for this next series of bridge poses, please feel free to do that. I like the feeling of engaging between the block and my legs and squeezing that block between either way. You do what works for you, planting your feet firmly on the ground, placing your hands on the earth. Let's engage our abdominals, engaging our glutes, and lifting ourselves up into a bridge. Inhale here and exhale, feeling the shoulders dropping down to the earth. Inhale and lowering back down again. One more bridge, inhale. Staying up here, exhale. If you'd like a challenge, try extending one of your legs. Inhale and exhale. With or without the block between your knees. I feel like I'm about to drop my block, so I'm going to move it out. Inhale and exhale, really pressing through that heel on the leg. Inhale and exhale, and feeling all that engagement, lifting a couple more inches. Inhale and exhale. One more set on each side. Lifting just a little bit more. And now that your bum is screaming, maybe trying a little bit of a bind, tucking your shoulders behind. Letting the neck get long, feeling that release, pulling those knuckles towards your feet. Inhale and exhale, slowly lowering down. Do a figure four on our backs, continuing with this gentle flow. Easy movement, choosing peace, choosing stillness. If this is enough of a stretch for you, just stay right here. If you'd like to tuck your hands beneath your thigh, you can use your elbow kind of to push your leg out, sort of like what we were doing in Alasana, to be honest with you. And just some nice inhales and exhales here, feeling the length of your spine pressing into the earth. Just getting a little bit of movement in today. Switching your legs. And again, if this is enough, this is perfectly fine. Just to lay here and open up, tucking your hands under your thigh. Inhale and exhale here. I was in a yoga class yesterday where the teacher gave us this really long Shavasana, and it's been a while since I've taken that time to just quiet my mind and lay still. And oh my goodness, it was one of those times that was just great. And it made me think about this slower flow, the gentle movement, rocking your knees back and forth. So I'm going to leave some time in our practice today where you can just be still. I shouldn't say I'm going to leave time because I'm going to turn off the video, but just to have that private time for yourself, that quiet time, just give yourself a few more moments here, even if you have to set an alarm. It's not the best way to get out of a Shavasana, but just to force yourself to be easy with your body, easy with your brain, letting go of the breath, maybe keeping the mantra if that helps you to just stay focused on peace, be still, or whatever it is that you are choosing today to focus on. Wherever you're deciding to put your focus. I'm going to roll myself up right now, but I hope that you can maybe gently close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, and just lay on your back and give yourself some time to feel that peace and choose to be still. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a lovely day, evening, whatever it is that you are doing. And again, if you'd like to like and subscribe to my channel, that's great. But please, for now, just relax and take some time for yourself. Thanks.